Hello, everyone. This is Callie Teegardin coming out of Sugar Land, Texas, just outside of Houston. And I am really excited about our webinar. I have special guest Kim Angeli on the line. Kim, you want to say hello to everyone?
Hello, everyone from North Carolina.
Awesome.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, and Kim, thanks for being here. Kim and I met last year in Atlanta, but we had some time back at the end of July to really sit down and talk about this business and all the great things she has done with SendOutCards. And I'm excited to have you all hear her story. But before we go there, Kim, I'll bring you back in a little bit. I want to just thank you all for taking time out of your evening to be part of this webinar. There's many of you that may be hearing about SendOutCards for the very first or second time. And the information that I'm going to share with you tonight could literally change your life, not only financially, but also emotionally. And I know you may be thinking, Callie, I've heard all that before. But I'll tell you, if you take the information and apply it, it can completely change you. And I'm not talking about this business taking a ton of time. I'm talking about getting started alongside what you're currently doing without giving up anything that's important to you. Getting started in this business in as little as 3 to 5 hours a week. So I don't want you to leave here tonight thinking, I just don't have the time to do this, right? This is an awesome opportunity. So let me share a little bit about me and my story. I got started in this business because I was looking for something. I was full-time corporate America, had gone out, gotten a great education, went into the corporate world, was blessed to make 6 figures by the time I was 30, except I was miserable, absolutely miserable in the corporate world. And it wasn't so much my job, it was that my boss and my company owned my life, and I only had 12 days of vacation. And I knew that wasn't going to work for me, that the next 35 years, that was so not an option. So I was open and I was looking for something. And when I got introduced to this business, I knew it was the answer to my prayers. So what did I do? Well, I wasn't ready to give up that hefty corporate salary. So I started my business part-time alongside my full-time job until I was able to walk away from the corporate world for good. And that's the beautiful thing about this business. When your part-time income exceeds your full-time income, well, then you have the greatest problem in the world. So I was able to walk away from the corporate world a few years ago. And now, instead of a boss and company owning my life, I get to own my life, right? I went from being miserable to this opportunity to get to choose how, when, and where I work and play. And I have to tell you, it's one of the smartest business decisions I've ever made. But enough about me. Let me tell you a little bit about our company. SendOutCards was founded in 2003 by Cody Bateman. We're headquartered in Salt Lake City, Utah, and we're a member of the Direct Selling Association. You see, it was Cody's goal to take the greeting card and gifting business from a traditional brick and mortar type of business to an online click and order business, just like Amazon did for books, Netflix did for movies, and iTunes did for music. And if you think about those 3 companies, well, they're multi-billion-dollar household names. And why? Well, because they've been able to crush an inefficiency in the marketplace. In other words, they've made our lives easier. Just think about on a weekly or even a daily basis how often you use these companies, right? Amazon hasn't only changed the way we purchase books, but so many other items. A couple weeks ago, I was at my sister's house and she had this water pitcher that had this cool filter. And I'm like, I want one of those. And so in the past, I would have had to get in my car, go to the store, or when I got back home, go to the store. I probably would have never gotten it. But instead, sitting in her kitchen, I picked up my phone, went to my Amazon app, and in 2 clicks, I had it ordered, and it got delivered 2 days later, right? Completely changed the way we do business. Netflix has completely changed the way we watch movies. We no longer go to a movie store. No, we sit on our sofa, we pick up a remote, we hit the Netflix button, and we have thousands of choices on demand. And the way we listen and buy music today completely different from iTunes. We don't buy full albums or CDs. No, we buy individual songs and we do it right from our smartphone. Well, the same thing is happening in the greeting card and gifting business. The days of going to the store are over. Now, from your home or your office, from your smartphone or your computer, you can send a card, right? You can find that card, you can add a photo, you can add a message, you can even do it in your own handwriting and signature. And when you hit send, our company, SendOutCards, will print, stuff, stamp, and mail that card for you, and we'll do it at a fraction of the cost, right? We'll do it at the fraction of the cost. Because you see, today we are in the digital revolution. Just think about this. The largest taxi company owns no taxis. The largest telecom company owns no lines. The largest media owner creates no content. No, who creates the content for Facebook? We do. The largest movie house, we already talked about this one, owns no cinemas. The largest software vendors, well, they don't create the apps. And soon to be the largest greeting card and gifting company, and the company you're hearing about tonight, has no stores. That company, SendOutCards. Because here's the thing, SendOutCards is the right vehicle. We are the best relationship building program in the world. Our users have sent over 140 million greeting cards and over 7 million gifts in the past 12 years. And what makes SendOutCards so powerful is two things. One is that everybody is looking to build better relationships, either personally or professionally. And second, when we find something that's really cool, we like to tell others about it. And how SendOutCards is set up, we actually have both of those. We have both of those. So right vehicle, as I mentioned, you can send these really cool cards from your computer, or you can do it from your smartphone, right? And it doesn't matter if you're an Android user or an iOS user, because we have an app for that. Think about it. The world we live in has gone mobile. How many things have you done on your cell phone alone in the last hour? If I had to give up my computer or my cell phone, I'm not giving up my cell phone, right? My life is on there because we communicate, voice and text, we take notes, we take so many photos today. If I do have to go to a store, I take a picture of what I need to buy, right? We check our news, weather, and sports, we read books, we get directions, and now with SendOutCards, we can also do business. We can do business. So let me show you what that looks like. This is the SendOutCards app up on that top row, third one in. And so I'm just going to click on it and it brings me into the app. Now we have over 15,000 cards in our card catalog, broken down into different categories, or you can create your own photo card. And so that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to pick the one there on the left, the portrait version. So I just tap on it, and now I can create a 2-panel card, a 3-panel card, an 8.5 by 11 big card, or a postcard. Our most popular is that 2-panel greeting card, so we're just going to create that. And now this is the front of the card. So I can just tap where it says your photo here, and I can go into my photo library on my phone, because where do we take our photos anymore? I mean, I have a camera, but I take 99% of my photos on my phone. I can take a photo, or I can go into the photos I've already loaded into my SendOutCards account. So I'm going to go into the photos, and I'm going to pick that picture of Emily up in the upper right-hand corner. So she's on the front of the card with that little boy. And now I'm just going to swipe to the left, and I go to the inside left. And if I swipe again, I go to the inside right. On the inside of the card, I can add more photos, or I can add a message or add a message. So we're going to add a message to Emily, and I can type this in with the keys, or if you like to voice to text, that little microphone down by the space bar, I can actually voice in my message. So, hey Emily, it was great to see you at the game tonight, period. Good luck with your job interview, period. Let me know how it goes, period. Talk soon, Steve. And from there, I can change the font. I can even add my own signature into this card. and I can hit done. Now I'm taken to the back of the card. And the back of the card, a standard SendOut card has the SendOut Cards logo. But we have this really cool feature called the Custom Brand Manager, where you can brand the card with your own logos or your own photos. So from here, I'm just going to add that to my cart, and now I can send that card, right, for as little as $1.17 plus the stamp. I can't go to the store and get a card with my own photo on it for $1.17 plus the stamp. But I'm going to add a gift as well. And we have over 300 gifts to choose from, our most popular being our 2-pack of brownies. So I'm going to add those and say add to cart. Now I'm ready to check out. So we're using Steve Schultz's account, so his return address automatically fills in. From there, we're going to continue, and I can either go into my contacts and pick Emily, but she's a new recipient, so I just click on that. If I was standing next to her, I could literally have her enter her info on the phone, or I can type it in. And I can even click that button that says Save as New Contact. And now, next time I go to send Emily a card, she's already in my account. From there, I hit done, and now I'm ready to send it. And you'll see the expense total. Well, that's $4.50. SendOutCards works on a point system, and you'll see it was 13 points, 3 points for the greeting cards, so at our best price, $1.17, and then $3.90 for the brownies. So $5.03 for the card and brownies, $4.50 for the shipping. So for less than $10, I hit submit, and this has been sent to Emily. Now I want you to think about something. What if, remember I was talking about the water pitcher that I didn't have to go to the store and buy, instead I was able to do it right on my phone? Well, what, and how much time I saved in that process? Well, what if I didn't have SendOutCards and I wanted to do the same thing? I would have to get in my car, drive to the store, find a card. It wouldn't have Emily's photo on it, and it would probably cost me $3.99, $4.99, $5.99 alone for the card. Then I would have to find the gift, the brownies. I'd have to find a box, package it, get some tape, get it all ready, get back in my car, drive to the post office, and I don't know about you, but my post office always has a line. And then I would get up. Most likely I would have to ship it priority mail, which the last time I checked was $5.75. So even if I could do it for less than $10, which I don't think I could, the bigger question here is, what is your time worth? You could send the same card and brownies from the app in what, 3 minutes? 4 minutes if you really wanted to get wordy or add a lot of pictures? But how long would it take me if I went to the store? An hour or more, right? That's the power and the beauty of SendOutCards. And I want to show you a couple card examples. These were ones done on the computer, but this is a real estate agent, just sold that home, took a picture of the card, and then on the inside added some photos and just a nice message out to their clients. Their clients aren't throwing that away, right? And they probably even added a gift. Here's an example of a nice to meet you card I sent. I ran into Eric the other day and he told me that card's sitting on his desk. He's not going to throw away. There's a picture of him in it. And then birthday cards. I love sending birthday cards. The system makes it so easy. This is one that I had sent to Anne. And then this was my St. Patty's card. And the beautiful thing about this, and one of the things I love about this system, is we can send that on-demand card like we just did to Emily. But this card, in about 20 minutes time, I was able to create this card, go into my system, pick my list of people, and sent this card to 317 people, and each card had that person's name in it. Just think how much time it would have taken me if I had to literally sit there and write out all 317 cards. That's the beauty of this system. One, you save money, but two, you save a ton of time, which is our biggest resource. Which leads me into our special guest, Kim Angeli, tonight. She is a successful entrepreneur and businesswoman. She is founder and CEO of The Grateful Box. But before she did that, she had an insurance agency, and she was able to double her income in that insurance agency by using SendOutCards and showing appreciation to her customers. She sold that business at age 44 and retired, and she is her passion is gratitude and relationships. So Kim, are you there? And can you share your story about how you use Send Out Cards in your insurance business to grow your sales, grow your referrals, and really just make more money?
Absolutely. Can you hear me?
Awesome. I can.
Okay, perfect. So thanks for being on the call to everyone. I know time is valuable. It's, the most precious currency we have. And so I basically was introduced to Send Out Cards in 2010. And before I was introduced to Send Out Cards, I was that person who went to the Hallmark store. I'm a gold crown customer. I have not stepped foot in a Hallmark store in many years, but I still have that card in my wallet. And I literally went and got cards and Starbucks cards, and I sent really nice gifts. And when I was introduced to Send Out Cards and someone told me I could do it from the comfort of my office, I almost felt like I won the lottery, because that was such a cumbersome task that I was doing. And I knew it was important because I knew it was how I retained customers. Because my first job that I ever had as a 13-year-old, even though I think the legal age to work in North Carolina was 14, my mother was a New York Life agent. And I organized her birthday card system manually as a 13-year-old, and I think she probably maybe paid me $5 an hour. And so even back in the 80s, I knew the importance of reaching out. She bought postie cards and she sent birthday cards to customers, and she made 6 figures as a woman born in the late 40s, which she would shoot me if she heard me tell you that. And she ingrained that into me, that appreciating people was important, right? Building your network and telling them you appreciate them is important. So when we figured out what Send Out Cards was, it was like unbelievable, because we could touch way more people with the same amount of dollars that we were spending more effectively. So in 2010, I got my first Send Out Cards account, and I used it. But in 2012, I started really looking at the Send Out Cards system and the actual customer management tool that comes with it, and the groups. And really the platform was just more than greeting cards and gifts. It's actually, I started using it as a profile builder for my customers. So I believe that people should really intentionally look at their client database every 90 days. I think you need to look at what customers are paying your overhead, and what customers, if you lost that customer, would you maybe eat peanut butter on a Saturday night? And who are those people? And if we identify them and nurture them, then we're probably going to retain them as a customer. So in 2012, I started intentionally using Send Out Cards. Now, I was still a customer. I still owned my insurance agency. I had a staff of 6 people. And what I taught my staff was we're going to actively listen, and we want to celebrate our customers' lives. We want to identify when their birthdays are. If we don't have it, we're going to call, and we're going to put them in this wonderful system, and we're going to start nurturing them. The response was so unbelievable. It was overwhelming, because I would go into a customer's office, and you have to imagine that when you walk into a customer's office, and I had commercial contractor clients, or I had HOA management companies, and they're paying hundreds of thousands of dollars sometimes for insurance. Sometimes that's a pleasurable conversation, and sometimes it's not. But it is more pleasurable when the card that you sent them, when they won an award in their business, or one of my customers built this fabulous fire station in Burlington, and so I put that fire station on the card and sent a crate of brownies, and you get a text from that customer, or you walk into their office and they're like, oh my gosh, I don't know how you did that, but they were delicious and that was yummy. And so when they understood that we cared about them as a person beyond the insurance transaction, and we appreciated them without trying to upsell them or trying to sell them some more insurance or putting a business card in the card, which I think totally takes away from it being about the customer, they responded. And I doubled the income in that business in 24 months. And I have the tax returns to prove it. So I decided, because I believe that appreciation and gratitude are two life skills we are not using and we're not learning and we're not teaching others, that I was going to leave the insurance industry of 14 years and I was going to teach gratitude and relationships. And I was going to tell everybody that I meet about Cody Bateman and his wonderful, wonderful system and why relationship marketing works. Awesome. And so that is really I even use it for employees. My husband is a HR director of 23 years, and sometimes he just kind of goes with what I do, right? And so I told him, I said, honey, you really need to send a birthday card to your employee, and let's stick some brownies in there or a coffee cake or, something fun. And he goes to work, and they're like, oh, my gosh, I just love that birthday gift. And those employees want to perform. They're 50% more productive when you thank them for being there, other than their paycheck. And so I just think it's a marvelous tool, and I'm on a mission that every business owner, every sales rep, I use it personally, I use it professionally. I just had my turn 45 last week on Wednesday, best birthday ever, 45 rocks. I had at least 80 cards on my dining room table.
That's awesome.
And it was amazing. I mean, I came home, I had balloons at my front door. I had, flowers at my front door. And I do believe, I have the give to give methodology. I don't really give things to get things, but I do believe we get what we give.
So
and
true.
People, I just build my network and I connect with SendOutCards. And I'm just grateful that Cody Bateman is allowing me to build a residual income business, because that's the bigger part. The bigger part is that I refer people to Amazon Prime all the time. I mean, if I order toilet paper from Amazon Prime, but Amazon Prime doesn't pay me to refer them. But Cody Bateman, when I share this system, I'm going to benefit from building a residual income business like an insurance agency, without the overhead, without workman's comp, without FICA, without FUTA, and without unemployment insurance. And I don't have to have an office for my employees to come to. And so that is why I have joined SendOutCards, to build a business and to share with others for them to be better.
Awesome. Thank you, Kim, for sharing. I love your story. I think you are awesome, and I am so glad we have connected. So let's talk. Kim talked about the customer side and using it in her business. So let's talk about the pricing real quick. So for $39 a month, you get 100 bonus points into your account. That's the equivalent of 33 cards or 7 cards with 2 packs of brownies. You also lock in our lowest price of 39 cents a point, so you're paying $1.17 plus the stamp. And for some reason, if you don't use all your points in a month, they roll over for 18 months. Plus, there's no commitment and you can cancel online at any time. We also have a pay-as-you-go option, but you end up paying $1.98 plus the stamp, so a lot more. We also have, on top of that, I had talked about our custom brand manager, where you can brand the back of the card with your own logo or pictures, right? That's a $149 fee by itself, but we bundled it with some of our most popular services. If you don't know which bundles is right for you, those are one-time fees. Get back with the person who invited you here, and they'll help you determine what's best for your needs. But in each of these bundles, we actually give you some bonus cards. So in the personal bundle, you get an extra 33 bonus cards, marketing bundle, 66 bonus cards, and the business bundle, 133. But again, get back with the person who invited you here if you're not sure which bundle is best for you, and they'll help you determine what's the best for your needs. And then for $50 one-time fee and an annual $59 renewal, you can become a distributor with SendOutCards and get paid to share this with others. So there's 4 types of people who get started with SendOutCards. The first is someone who just wants to be a customer. You just want to use this to build better relationships, either personally, professionally, or both. The second is what the company calls the referral partner. I like to call this, I want to get my money back. It means you love SendOutCards, you're going to use it, and you know some other people that you think would use it as well, and you can go out and share it with them. Find a few people and you can start getting SendOutCards commissions that will end up paying for your own marketing expense. The third is someone who wants to earn money working part-time. So create an extra stream in the household, something like a car payment or a house payment. And the fourth was someone like me that was saying, you know what, I'm going to start this part-time, but my goal is I'm going to replace my current income and I want to build this full-time in the long run. So I'm going to come back to those 4 in a little bit. But before I do, I want to talk to you about the income opportunity. Kim mentioned, after a few years using it, she saw the residual potential and talked about building this as a business. So let's say you get started and you pick a bundle and then you add that $50 distributor option. Well, if you go out and gather 3 preferred customers, so 3 of those $39 customers in your first 30 days, you make $50. So you just got the money back that you spent to get in the business, the $50 distributor add-on. From there, let's say for this example, you go out and you sell a $395 marketing bundle. Well, for every marketing bundle you personally sell, you make a $140 commission. And you can sell as many marketing bundles as you want. There's no limit to the number of bundles you sell. Now, when you've sold 3 bundles and you've gotten the $50 back, you've made $470. So if you purchased the marketing bundle at $395, did the distributor option at $50, you've now made your money back, right? You're now paying for your marketing, which is what I love about this. But here's what's really cool. Let's say you have those 3 preferred customers. You have those 3 marketing bundles. And for this example, let's say all 3 became distributors. Well, in SendOutCards, that promotes you to the level of manager. And when you become a manager in SendOutCards, and Kim, this is what I really love versus my corporate days, is that you get paid more money to do the exact same thing, right? I never got promoted in my corporate world, got to make more money doing the exact same thing. Usually it was the opposite, right? That's the beauty of this. So now you're a manager. You go out and sell a marketing bundle. Well, you still make that $140 commission, but you also make a $100 customer acquisition bonus or a CAB bonus as long as you have that $124 in personal and customer volume, those 3 preferred customers plus you. And again, there's no limit to the number of marketing bundles you sell, and every time you sell one, you make $240 as long as you have your customer requirement. But this is where it really got my attention. Let's say those 3 became distributors and they went out and started sharing it. Well, you make $100 for every single marketing bundle sold in your manager code, and that bonus is paid to an unlimited number of levels. So just imagine 10, 20, or 100 people joining your organization in your manager code in a given month. Well, that's big money, right? And that's just the right now money. SendOutCards also pays a residual on all the cards and gifts purchased by all the users, right? So let's go back to those first 3. And let's say you taught them to go find 3, who find 3, who find 3. And if you take that down 7 levels, well, you have over 3,000 people in your organization. And just if you taught each of them to go out and have themselves on a preferred subscription and 3 customers on preferred subscriptions, well, that comes out to $16,267 per month. And if you did the exact same thing in your manager code, well, that's an additional $36,597 per month. Now, no, It's never going to build exactly perfectly, right? We don't live in a perfect world because some people are going to do more, some people are going to do less. And face it, some people are going to do very, very little. But in America, right, 80% of small businesses fail within the first 5 years. So let's say 90% of this example failed and only 10% happened. Well, in those two codes, that's over $5,000 per month in residual income. How would that change your life, right? Maybe not yet at a point where you could quit your job, but maybe. But if you didn't, what else could you do? Could you take your family on that trip that you haven't taken them on? Could you send your kids to the college of their choice wherever they wanted to go? Could you give money to the charity? Could you get out of debt or pay off your house or go buy that dream house, right? What would an additional $5,000 a month in residual income, how would that change your life? That's the opportunity here at SendOutCards. And no, manager is just our first promotion level. We have 4 additional levels after manager. So get started now. I said I was going to come back to these 4 people. So when we're done here tonight, get back with the person who invited you. Let them know if you're a 1 and you want to be a customer. You just want to use this. We love customers. You're a 2, what we call a referral partner, but you're just looking to build this so you can get your send out cards, your marketing paid for. You're 3, you want to earn a part-time income, or 4, you want to build this to replace your current income. So get started now. SendOutCards is going to experience international expansion. We're currently in 7 countries, the United States, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Singapore, United Kingdom, and Ireland. We're truly poised for massive growth, and SendOutCards is going to become a worldwide household name because millions of people will experience SendOutCards in the next few years. And I look at that and I'm thinking, Kim, in the next few months with all the great things that we have going on. So, Kim, I wanted to bring you back. Any last minute comments that you want to say to our guest? And it's great having you on.
I just wanted to just reiterate that I'm a researcher. And I have researched SendOutCards is the best relationship marketing tool if you join as a customer. But the reason why I find the business portion so fabulous is that you can build a residual income business, and anyone who knows what that is like, and I do because I was in insurance for 14 years, so just know that every time you pay your auto or home insurance, some guy or girl is getting a check on a percentage of that billing. However, there's a lot of compliance and a lot of overhead for that person to keep that agency open. And all insurance agents are competing with the internet. And so the beauty of what I saw was I could start a business I could start a business. And Cody Bateman is going to handle, can you imagine if you had to go and print the card and stuff the gift and mail it out and you want to start that business? He's already done it for us. He's just sharing the wealth. And he wants to see people achieve financial freedom.
Yes.
I promise you. He sincerely wants to see people enjoying what he enjoys on a daily basis. And so that is why I've aligned myself with this company, because above and beyond, he is a personal development, cheer each other on person, and he gets gratitude in relationships. And that is the only reason why I got jumped off the ledge of insurance into this business, is because of him as a leader.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So speaking of leaders, let me leave you with this last quote. And it's by Sir Richard Branson, right? Founder of Virgin Group, Virgin Atlantic, Virgin Galactic. He says, if someone offers you an amazing opportunity and you're not sure you can do it, say yes and then learn how to do it later. Say yes and then learn how to do it later. What I love about SendOutCards is we teach and train people how to build this business. And so if you're not sure, say yes. My dad once told me, he said, Callie, when everyone was walking one direction, have the courage, turn around, go the other direction, and it makes all the difference in the world. And when I got started in this business, I really didn't have the time to start another business. And some of you may be thinking, I don't have the time or I don't have the money. But what if, and this is what went through my head. What if I never had to say again, I don't have the time? And so I found a few hours a week, got started part-time, and I can tell you, it truly has made all the difference in the world. So get back with the person who invited you here tonight. Let them know if you're a 1, a 2, a 3, or a 4, and let Kim and I be the very first people to welcome you to Send Out Cards. And hats off to you, my friend Kim. Thank you so much for being on here tonight. Thank you, everyone, for taking time out of your evening to learn more about Send Out Cards. Get back with that person, and we will see you soon. Thank you. Bye.